Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and The Matrix is getting something for a fourth film, with Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss returning, and Lana Wachowski writing and directing. And I'm sure Keanu, being Mr. Breathtaking 2019, all of us suddenly being obsessed with him again, has nothing to do with it. Production for this film is set to begin in early 2020, which could lead to like a summer 2021 release. And while the script sounds like it is done, the movie's plot remains a mystery. I have had Matrix on the brain ever since I red-pilled myself for my recent in-depth rewatch of the first film. Go check that out. But here, I'm gonna break down everything we know about this new Matrix film, how things were left after Reloaded and Revolutions to set the stage for another film, and whether this sequel is just pure studio cash grab or a critical reflection of society today. Or let's be honest, bit of both. Spoiler warning in case I accidentally predict anything about this movie that lessens your enjoyment. Okay, so first, quick refresher on how Reloaded and Revolutions ended. The climax of The Matrix Reloaded saw Neo meeting with the architect. Remember that? That heart-stopping thrill ride of cold, muted exposition? The architect explained to Neo that he was in the sixth of multiple iterations of the Matrix, a cycle, with Neo as the system's inherent anomaly, causing chaos and rebellion to threaten the Matrix's existence, with that very rebellion itself coded into the system by the architect and the Oracle, leading to an eventuality that this anomaly would face the choice to save and reboot the Matrix with a select group of freed humans in Zion and start the cycle anew, or let this whole system crash, killing everyone inside. The past 5 anomalies decided to reboot, restore, restart the cycle, but Neo 6.0 decided, f that. I love Trinity, and I want to be with her. Let it all burn. And that leads us to the Matrix Revolutions. As the machines lay siege to Zion, Neo and Trinity surface up top at the Desert of the Real, headed to Machine City, but Trinity dies in the most awkwardly timed death reveal ever.
What? Oh no.
But Neo ends up brokering a truce with the machines. I'll help you rid yourself of Agent Smith virus that has overtaken your system in exchange for peace in the war between man and machine. So no more cycle of anomalies, rebelling, and resetting. This time, a system where both humans and machines can coexist peacefully. So the machines plug Neo back in, where he confronts thousands of Agent Smiths in a Super Saiyan rain battle. And in the end, Neo lets Smith assimilate into him, knowing that Smith is a compulsive AI driven by purpose and has no choice but to assimilate. And as Smith does this, Neo makes it so that the machines kill his corporeal body, therefore also destroying the Smith virus. Christ posed, sacrifice to save the world, love is the answer, yada yada yada. So Revolutions ends ambiguously, watching the sunrise on the 7th iteration of the Matrix. Insert your own 7th day God created the universe metaphor. There's a little kid there. The humans and machines have brokered a peace that might not last forever, they say, but at least in this new Matrix, humans will be given the choice to be free or to be enslaved. Some, like me, would probably be like Cypher and decided to eat delicious steak in blissful ignorance, whereas others would prefer their cave orgies. But with Neo and Trinity dead, where does this leave a 4th Matrix film starring Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss? Well, I have a theory, I'll go into it. Well, before we continue, thank you to our sponsor, Raycon, for helping us make this episode. Raycon makes sleek, comfortable wireless headphones that are way more affordable than the other options out there, and I wasted way too much time with corded headphones. It's getting caught in low-hanging tree limbs and airplane seat armrests. Eventually, it's just getting tangled up like Wile E. freaking Coyote. But these Raycon wireless earbuds, super discreet. You just pair them with your device, and then you simply pop them in like that, and then you're good to listen to whatever music or podcasts you want, and you can feel like Cardi B, who is also obsessed with these. I have so much in common with her. Raycon's E50 wireless earbuds look stylish, they feel comfortable, they sound amazing, and Raycon's earbuds start about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. So click on the link in the description below to get 15% off your order. Okay, back to my theory for how they could bring back Neo and Trinity in Matrix 4. This next film could be set in a future iteration of The Matrix, either the 7th one that we saw at the end of Revolutions or some later one in which Neo and Trinity have been rebooted. Actually, now that I think of it, Matrix Rebooted or like Matrix Resurrected wouldn't be the worst titles. But we do know from the architect scene that past anomalies looked exactly like Neo. So presumably a future generation of this anomaly would still look like Keanu Reeves, who, let's be honest, is every bit as breathtaking as he was 20 years ago. Each new iteration of The Matrix addresses flaws in the previous system. So maybe the peace between humans and machines has ended in a kind of covert Cold War in which the sides are unaware of the ways that the other side are continuing to subvert and hack each other. Like maybe we'll see a seemingly freed human society secretly infiltrated by sleeper cell machine-controlled humans, kind of like how Smith operated Bane, with the aim to control all of humanity once more. And it could be the task of the relic of the previous anomaly system to decode this mystery, a plot not unlike Ghost of the Shell, which was the primary influence of the Wachowskis' cyberpunk concepts. But this brings up the question of how central Reeves and Moss will be to this cast, as well as people like Lawrence Fishburne and Hugo Weaving, who are still busy, beloved actors who could return in the sequel as well. So would this fourth Matrix film make Neo the hero of the story once again? Or the way J.J. Abrams did with The Force Awakens, feature the old cast as supporting characters to a new generation of heroes and villains? Well, really the latter might not be the worst way to go. Neo and Trinity in this new Matrix could be the old-timers with memory flashes to past lives that they don't really understand, but they end up having to play some pivotal role in a new mystery or conflict led by a younger generation of characters. We actually saw something like this with Blade Runner 2049, which, also like The Force Awakens, featured Harrison Ford as a grizzled version of his classic character, mentoring a younger smartass. And, come to think of it, they did the same thing with Ford in Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I suppose Harrison Ford is the cyclical anomaly of generational reboots. Lana Wachowski has said only this about the movie's plot: many of the ideas Lily and I explored 20 years ago about our reality are even more relevant now. And it makes you wonder what theme she's referring to. Of course, there's the whole idea of propaganda, fake news, simulated realities, the rise of conspiracy theory thinking into the mainstream, and how a society can function when no one can trust any authority. Perhaps this new Matrix could explore controlling systems on a subtler scale, with the machines trying to lure humanity back into enslavement with the promise of VR escapism, entertainment, gaming, porn, YouTube breakdowns. There's also the theme of gender identity, something core to the Wachowskis' lives, and a theme that they wanted to include in the first Matrix film with the character of Switch. Switch was originally conceived to be male outside of the Matrix, but then switched to female inside the Matrix to reflect her true identity. Perhaps this new Matrix film will finally allow Lana Wachowski to explore that concept through a new character. The Matrix remains one of my all-time favorite films, and I don't think Reloaded and Revolutions are given enough credit. So I am excited to see how this next chapter applies cyberpunk philosophy to the modern era. And maybe also we'll get a chance to dig into the lingering theories from the original trilogy, like, is the real world also a simulation? And is Agent Smith actually the one? And are my Matrix short films that I shot when I was 12 years old considered canon? I think so. What story do you want this next Matrix film to focus on? Comment down below with your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Erik Voss, and subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns and theories about everything you love. Thank you for joining me, and let's be honest, Matrix 4 is just gonna be Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Cyberpunk.